Like I said, my name is Jörgen. I live in Sweden, in Skåne, som vi säger, like we say, in a little small village. I live with my 3 sons and my wife, soon-to-be wife, in a small farm. I've been in network marketing or affiliate marketing in 3 years about. But I'm not the one who is going to be talking to you today. We are actually going to listen to Jason. He is going to be the guest speaker tonight. Jason is the head leader of the Scandinavian team of AI marketing. He is also a great leader in many other countries. Jason has about 20 years experience of network marketing, MLM. So he knows what he's talking about. He's been doing this for a long time. He's had big success. I don't personally know Jason so very well yet, but I'm actually looking very forward to getting to know him more and more for each day. I know that he has all the information we need about the company, about, most importantly, how we're going to build this to make the best of it. So with those words, I'll leave it over to you, Jason.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the introduction. Do you think we can turn, oh, maybe I'm host now, aren't I? So it's me that's in control of people's microphones.
There.
Right. Oh, you did it, did you? Okay,
yeah.
Perfect. Right, I'm just going to share my screen so we can get going on this. And well, welcome everybody. Thank you for giving up some of your time in Jörgen's team. Actually, this is a very, very exciting part, because when we see a brand new person come into a team, it's and then they just get excited, and you see them growing. It's always really, really fantastic to see, and that's why I really got involved in this business. You know, of course, my name is Jason Burden. I'm originally from the UK. And I'm now located in Sweden, just north of Stockholm. But I've been involved in multi-level marketing for just under 20 years, and been lucky enough to work with some of the top leaders in the world. Also, we've got someone else here today. Her name is Katis. She's always a lot of fun, but she's actually got 46 years experience. You know, she was doing this when I was 4 years old, but she hates me saying that, okay? But we're not going to have a fight on the first Jörgen meeting. So, but what I want to do is just, you know, you've all joined this really fantastic business of AI marketing. And when I first saw it, you know, I just saw something different. It was something I hadn't seen in 20 years, because, you know, most multi-level marketing businesses, you have to get so involved. You know, you have to work on all your skills with people, and you have to be good at maybe moving a product or a service. So you have to have some sort of sales areas. And the beautiful part with AI marketing is that it has a robot that is programmed to do all of that for you. So all you ever have to do is, you know, top up an advertising budget, you know, keep maybe every now and again move some money around, and then sometimes refer to people. And the thing is as well, not everybody wants to build a network, you know. So for those ones that don't want to build a network, look at it as a bank account, because the way I see, you know, if you're going to put money in the bank, you're going to get around 1% or 2% on your money if you're lucky. But if you put the same amount of money into an AI marketing robot, it's sort of kicking back around 25 to 35%, and that's every month. So, you know, it's actually a very, very, you know, intelligent decision just to, you know, a bank 1% or a robot 35%. For me, it was just like so easy to think about it in that way. But then, of course, you know, me being a multi-level marketing person, you know, I just saw there was this other massive bonus connected to it if you did share it with other people. But of course, we want to help you get started right. And this is a Start Right meeting. We're going to talk about the team mainly. We're going to talk about only a tiny bit about the company, because there's not actually much to do with AI marketing. We have films for that. I've actually spent a lot of time putting films together that you can watch in the comfort of your home. It makes it easy, and it also makes it easy to duplicate, because the films is a tool. So when people ask questions, you say, have you watched the films? And most people go, no, I haven't. All right, okay, well, then you need to watch the films. And you can find that a film can be watched many, many times. And if they're still asking questions, I say, watch the film again. So nobody here needs to become an expert. In multi-level marketing, the ones that become experts are the ones that stay poor. Okay, so if you want to be wealthy in multi-level marketing, you have to use a system. It's very, very different. So we're going to talk about the team, the company, you. We're going to talk about something called core. It's the core business habits. We're going to talk about the relationship between upline, downline, and we're going to talk about something called a pipeline strategy. And I would say that the pipeline strategy is something that it's like the difference of having a Mini or you have a Ferrari with twin turbos. Okay, so we prefer to work with the twin turbo version because the results are much more fun. That's why Jürgen got excited, because he could see something. Hang on a minute, these guys are doing something a little bit different, and we got his attention. Okay, that's why you are all here today. So first thing you need to do, we have an app and we have a WhatsApp group. We like to keep it simple. We like to keep all our communication in one place. Okay, so everybody, there's one particular group where you can be added as you could call them a prospect or someone that's just joined, so they want to know what's to do, you know. And whenever someone is added there, there's also the team leaders in there as well. So if I'm busy, someone else will help. If that person's busy, and I will help, or Jürgen will help us, there's always someone to help, even if you're busy. Can you imagine if you're at work and some of your downlines aren't at work, you know, and they want help during the day? There's always someone to help when you're not available. And that means that you can leverage from the team help. So that's why it's important to join the WhatsApp group. We also have an app. So we also have an app called Money Working For You. And this is connected to a website. The website within it will have all the education system or all the films that you need to watch. So the only thing you ever have to do when you meet someone is say, oh, just give me your phone. We'll download the app. Then you've got access to the training. And I'm going to tell you one thing that's very different about our training. We don't charge any money. Okay, every other company in the world, they will charge you a fortune for this type of education. We do it for free because we want to create equal opportunity all over the world. Okay, because there's many people that have dreams and desires in other countries and they just can't get started because it's too expensive. It's just out of their league, and that's not fair. So we want to actually show and teach people from the beginning that they can do it too, because it's free, and we can get these people on board as well. We have 1 to 3 films. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. These are marketing films. It teaches you the basics of when you join AI marketing. Okay, and you don't need to bombard Jürgen with 1,000 questions, or Katis or Annika with 1,000 questions, or even Kerry. Kerry's located in the UK, and I know he's got some of his team on here right now. But you just need to make sure people are watching the films, because all the information's there to help people get started. And then after these 3, there's a whole other business lounge, which I'm putting together still, which is all the other things that you need to learn about AI marketing. So in effect, you will never have to ask your upline about, how do I move the money here? How do I do that? And so on. Okay, so these 3 steps, very important. Make a decision about what you want. Okay, there's a difference between being on the team or sitting on the bench. Okay, you can sign up and you can follow the team. That means you are more of a spectator, and that is okay, because there's a lot of people that don't want to build a network, but we still love you to be with us. Okay, everybody is welcome, and you will actually get put into a team which is being built right now. You don't have to do anything. You can treat it like a bank account, and the only thing you will ever have to do is just keep an eye on your robot. Okay, that means that, you know, the robots get hungry too. They need food in the form of Bitcoin. So you need to feed them, keep them healthy, and they will look after you. That's the way I see it. And then, of course, there is another option. You know, you sign up, you're a hungry person, you're ambitious, you want to join the team and you want to run with the winners. That's okay. There's a choice for you. And even if you decide that, you know, maybe you pick the one where I want to just follow the team, you can join the team anytime you want. You're always welcome. You do things in your time, in your, you know, some people as well, they're at different levels of confidence, and, you know, they can't see, you know, sometimes you meet these driven uplines and you think, well, I just can't be like that. And that's okay. It's called personal growth. And we talk about stretching comfort zones. You know, when you're about to do something which feels uncomfortable and you do it anyway, that means you're just stretching your comfort zone. And the reason why people say, you know, why do you stretch? Why would I even want to stretch my comfort zone? Well, the reason is, if you draw a circle like this, okay, all your dreams are on the outside of the circle. You know, whether it's a bigger house, bigger car, more travel, see family that you haven't seen for a long time, whatever your dream is, when you do something uncomfortable, it's like a rubber band. You know, you can stretch a rubber band, and then when you let it go, it never goes back to its true size, its true origin. So eventually you can stretch your comfort zone, which goes past your dreams, and that's when you start to achieve them. Okay. Begin with the end in mind. You're a person. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about the people that are getting, you know, that you're serious, you want to make this work. Okay. You need to begin with the end in mind. This is not a thing where you're just going to share out links and see if it sticks. That we used to do a game like that when we were at school. We used to get, I don't know, it's quite disgusting in England sometimes, but we used to throw mud at the walls and see if we could get the biggest lump of mud to stick on the wall. And I see some people building their business like that, and it's not the best way. You need to begin with the end in mind. You need to cast your vision forward, maybe probably 12 months. Okay, the reason I say 12 months is because we need to think about a certain time frame. The reason there should be a time frame, because if I asked you, say you've never played the electric guitar before or acoustic guitar, what would be a sensible amount of time to learn to play it? Do you think you could, you know, sign up for your course and then just start playing the guitar and then give up in 3 days and says the guitar doesn't work? Or maybe it's best to actually team up with someone that can teach you. We call that a mentor. They can teach you the first few chords, and then maybe after 6 months, you probably can start to play a few chords, maybe get a few songs out of your guitar. Well, our business is exactly the same. It takes time, it's a process, but you begin with the end in mind. You decide how much money you want coming into your bank account every month. It's your goal, it's not mine. Okay, it's you that needs to decide. And what we do is we can actually set you goals all the way back to today, and then to give you a proper structured goal setting plan for the next 12 months that keeps you on track. But if you look at AI marketing or any multi-level marketing company, if you treat it like a gym card, how many people buy a gym card in January? All right, and then they have this dream about being Mr. and Mrs. Fit in 12 months. But there's a certain amount of activity that needs to happen between buying the gym card and the goal date. You know, you're not going to get the results you want if you go to the gym twice a year. Okay, so multi-level marketing is exactly the same thing. We need to be consistent. These are the core points. These, I'm going to read through them pretty quickly, but I need to move something that's in the way. Just move it up there. These points are success habits that have been used by millions and millions and millions of multi-level marketing people all over the world for around 60 years, 70 years. Okay. Of course, they've been tweaked a little bit for what we do, but they are basically the same. And if you want to know, if you ever feel your business is not working, you need to come back to these points. Okay. You just need to go, all right, okay, my business isn't really well. Okay, I better have a look at this page, because when you read them, you will definitely see the problem yourself. You don't need to go and ask the person who introduced you why my business is not working. This page doesn't learn. Number one, you need to be consistent. You need to show people on a consistent basis. When you're building a network, networks, they love a certain momentum. Momentum is like bouncing a basketball, you know, boing, boing. That's showing the plans, showing you people, showing the people to the any multi-level marketing business you're doing. And the second you stop, it loses momentum and it ends up on the floor. And if you're only allowed to bounce it, have you ever tried bouncing a ball that's already on the floor? It's quite hard to get the momentum going again. So that's why we need to, you know, we need to be consistent. Number two, you need to connect them to the system. That means that you don't become an expert and start doing your own seminar in your garage with your dog and your cat, okay, and the neighbors next door. You need to connect them to the tools. The tools is money working for you. This is something that we've put together for free, because AI marketing does not have an education system. So the rest of the world, most of the rest of the world, they're guessing how to build it. I see how they build it. And we are building it the way we know how to build it, based on fact. Okay. When you build with a system, you get 100% predictable results. And that's why I always use a system. I highly recommend, this is number 3, that you get people started right within 48 hours. So when you sign someone up in AI marketing, you get them to meet one of your uplines just for a Zoom, or you make sure that they're going to get the first 3 films, you know, those first 3 things that we spoke about, you know, like downloading the app, joining the WhatsApp group, that you need to get them into the environment where they can feel it's not just you, but they feel that there's a support from the whole team. Because people, when they join, they sort of come in with one foot, and they're hoping it's going to work, but they're not 100% sure if it's going to work. And eventually both feet come in because they feel the support of the team. That's why it's very, very important. You bring them in within 48 hours. You know, you just make some sort of contact with the upline, or invite them to one of the next Zoom meetings like this. This particular Zoom is designed to help a brand new person understand that this is something that's got a solid base. Okay. Number 4, we need to learn something about duplication. This basically means that it's almost like cloning. Could you imagine being able to stay in bed on Monday morning and your clone goes off to work and does the work for you? Okay, that sounds really great, doesn't it? But this is the same with multi-level marketing. We never, ever work alone. As I sent them, this meeting was actually intended just for Jürgen and his brand new developing team, but I know never, ever work alone. So I sent a message to Jürgen just 10 minutes before, and I said, well, I never work alone, so I'm probably going to invite the rest of my team so they can see as well. And that is the lesson. If you are going on a Zoom, make sure you invite everybody in your team so they get educated too. All right. The more you can end up with one team with educated people, which then equals results, which equals money, or you end up with a group of pinheads. and there's not much results with uneducated people in the network. Number 5 and number 6 is all about you. And when I first saw number 5, and I can tell you this now, I am dyslexic. I hate reading, okay? I didn't do very well at school, but it wasn't a recognized problem then. They just called you stupid, all right? And that was my title. They used to call, my surname is Burden, so they used to call me Bird Brain of Britain. They're really nice words when you're a kid, right? It does a lot for your confidence, believe me. But then, of course, when I came into multi-level marketing, they recommended, well, they said, well, Jason, if you want to be successful, you need to become a reader. And I wanted to quit right then. And I said, well, no, I want change in my life. And he said, well, you need to read. I said, what am I going to read? And he says, you need to read recommended books. I said, how much? He says, just 15 minutes a day. That's 12 books a year. It changes how you think. Leaders are readers for a reason. You've probably heard that saying, leaders are readers. And the reason why is because most of us have had an education for about 15 years that taught us how to have a job and work for somebody else. That's the only reason why you need to change your thinking. So we have to work. I have a great big list of books. So if you want the list of books, I will gladly send them to you. And I even have I can even throw in a free book so you can just get started. So that's no problem. Listening to one positive audio. Why do we listen to positive audios? Because we all have a little voice in the back of our head that never shuts up. Every time we have a bright idea and it seems exciting, or we are just about to stretch our comfort zone, that little voice says, no, you can't do it. You've done it before. And it comes in about 5 seconds after, and it stops you from getting your dreams. The human brain is designed like that. The brain is designed to keep you alive, and it's also designed to protect you. So every time you're about to do something out of your comfort zone, it kicks in and tries to protect you. That's what it does. But when you listen to positive audios, that little voice gets quieter and quieter and quieter, and eventually it shuts up and you can get on with your future. That's why you listen to positive audios every day. Number 7, be a team player. You know, we're building a team here. You know, if you want to build a big team, you need to show whose team you're on. Because when you're inviting brand new people to see a business, they want to know where you get your advice from. They want to know where you get all your knowledge from about the business. So for me, I always say I'm on someone's team. I've still got a mentor now. Okay, I have 3 mentors, and if I'm ever unsure about something, I still call them and say, hey, you know, what do you think about this? So be a team player. 80% of success is just turning up. Okay, just remember that. So let's just move on with this. The relationship between upline downline. So if you're brand new, you probably maybe never registered anything. The only thing I really recommend is that you get a good relationship with your upline. You know, just be quite close to, you know, you don't have to hug them and things like that. You know, especially now, it's probably not the best time to hug people. But what I'm talking about is you develop a good business relationship with them. Okay, it's really, really important. The ones that don't have good relationships, their banks are empty. All right, so you got to think, okay, I'm a professional network marketing person. I'm going to create good working relationships. And as a downline, what do I recommend? Well, first of all, you need to be a student. Never become an expert. All right, that is, I am a 18-and-a-half-year-old student with a goal. Okay, that's me. I will never ever become an expert, because that will be the day when it's all over. You always become a student. It means that you're ready to learn. You learn things new every day. You always need to have a goal with everything you do, and you need to sort of contribute now to the team. You don't need to do 100%. You need to do 100% at your job, but in multi-level marketing, you probably end up doing about 5%, and with the whole team, it ends up being 100%. Okay, we build it together. Be loyal, be loyal to your team members, your upline. Some people say, well, why do you need loyalty? And I'm well, it's easy, try staying married without loyalty. Okay, there's your answer. We need to earn trust and re-earn trust every day, and trust comes with being a person of integrity. Integrity basically means, if you're not sure, it basically means that if you say you're going to do something, it means do it. Okay, be a person of your word. And then we also have something called edification. I will probably do a lot longer meeting on that, but it means that we always lift. I don't know if you noticed that Jürgen introduced me. He made sure he introduced me so you understand who you're listening to. He didn't just find me on the street walking down the road in the middle of Stockholm and said, Jason, oh yeah, you did something like this 15 years ago. Yeah, you'll do. How interested would you be in the advice? So edification basically means that you introduce your upline correctly, so your team listens more. All right. So everybody wants a team where people listen to. The upline, well, eventually you will become an upline. Some of you already are. You joined AI marketing like 4 days ago, and you've already got 10 downlines. Some of you have got 50. Okay, and you're already an upline. But what is your job? Well, first of all, most of the work you need to do is on yourself. As reading books. Try to develop your skills, personal skills. You're there to make sure you guide your brand new people. When you introduce someone, you are there to help them. Okay. When you register a person, you're not just registering them for your gain. I actually see when I register a person and I'm making a commitment with them to help them make money. It's the other way around. Sometimes you need to share vision with people. How big is this thing actually going to go? They want to know what you see. What do you see? Okay. But of course, when you're brand new, you're not really sure yet. But I'm pretty sure Jürgen has actually registered about 2 weeks ago, and he's got a massive team already. So I'm pretty sure if he sits down with you right now, he's got a pretty strong vision about what he can see can happen. And you can hang on to that vision and follow it and work with the team and get the same results. Okay. Also remember, your upline has a financial interest in your success. My question is, how many people right now have a financial interest in your success? I can't think of anyone, and I haven't even met you yet, but I'm pretty sure most of you don't have a person like that. But when you come into an organization like this, I have a financial interest in Jürgen, because if he makes money first, I don't need to work in that organization again for the rest of my life. And I can go and sit on the beach and drink pina colada. Probably not. I don't really like it, but it just sounded funny when I said it. Right, but you get the idea, right? So now we're going to talk something very, very simply about goals. Okay, we've all had talks about goals before. Some of you on this meeting now, you've heard me talk about goals. A goal must have a date. Simple as that. Okay, and the difference between working with a goal and not working with a goal is results. So if you're a person that wants results, you need a goal and you need a date. And you also need to have a large goal and you have a small goal. Every month you should have a large goal and a small goal. Why do you have two? Okay, there's this question. A lot of people get confused on this, and I tell you what it is. Your big goal, it should scare you and excite you at the same time. If it just scares the hell out of you, or maybe I shouldn't use that word, but if it just scares if it scares you half to death, it's the wrong goal. It's got to scare you. You go, whoa, that's a big goal, but it needs to be exciting, because you could probably, with the help of your upline, they can paint a vision so you can say, oh yeah, I could actually see it's possible. And why do we have a small goal? The small goal is to protect your belief. right? I've seen so many people in the last 18 years that come into a multi-level marketing business and they don't listen. They just don't listen. They set one crazy goal and they say, I'm going to register 100 people in the next 2 weeks. They register 3 people and they quit. They're gone. They go to the AI marketing graveyard. Okay? Don't be that person. It's really important you have a small goal to protect your belief. I don't know if any of you are cooks here, but I know I've cooked cakes myself, but if I put a cake in the oven, if I pull it out 5 minutes too early, what happens to the cake? It just goes, it sinks, doesn't it? And it doesn't matter if you put it back in the heat, it is not going up. That's what happens to a person's belief when they miss a big goal. Maybe once or twice, their belief goes and they quit. They're gone. They're history. So you have a big goal that scares you and excites you at the same time, and you aim for the big goal. So you should be aiming up here. And most of the time we don't make it. But the good news is you will probably hit here. Okay? You will still feel like a winner because you cleared your small goal. And next month, your new small goal becomes the top of the arrow, which is bigger. And then the next month, your next goal is slightly bigger than this one. And you have a smaller goal, which is always protecting your belief. But to set these goals, I highly recommend you sit down with a person that knows how to do it. Okay. If you want my time, just send me a message, or if you're in Jürgen's group, if you want to know how to set goals, I would gladly book a time with you and we go through the goals together and we'll make a sensible goal. What could be to start making your AI marketing business profitable, okay, as fast as we can. This is another example. If you were going to register 15 people, this is an example of a low goal. All right, this is 15 people. You can imagine registering 15 people into your team over a 5-week period. That means you can see week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, 5. So the goal would be, okay, my low goal is to register 3 people in a week. Okay. This is just an example. I don't want you to take counsel from the meeting, because it should be every person on the meeting is individual. That's why we have a separate meeting with you to help you set your goal, because everybody's different, correct? So this is just an example. This is the low goal, and here is the high goal. It's still 15 registrations. This is the scary goal. It means you're going to register 5 people in a week. So you're working hard with a good work ethic to register 5 people into your team. But guess what? You don't make the last one. The low goal saved you because you cleared 3. It makes you energized. It makes you excited to go for week 2 anyway. All right? So that's how it works. Okay, now we're going to talk about a network. This is a traditional sort of type of network structure. There are many types of different network structures. You've got binary, you've got unilevel, and you've got forced matrix, and there's quite a lot of them. All right, but this particular network, I'm just showing you this for an example, and I can tell you why it's slow. Okay, so this is you. You've just joined a team. Okay, this is how you could build your AI marketing business, because they recommend that you have 3 teams to get a good bonus. But you join your team, you're scared half to death yourself anyway, and they're telling you to speak to 3 friends. So you manage to get 3 people in after a bit of time once you've dared open your mouth. But the next step is to help those 3 sponsor 3. And notice I said help those 3 sponsor 3. And the problem is that if you don't have a certain amount of skills with people, it slows down. It slows down, and it's a painful process. Okay. But what we do something different. So we work. So your goal actually is to have a big team so you can earn money. The bigger the team underneath you, the more money you make. That's the way it works. The more people earning money underneath you, you get a percentage of it. Okay. You're not earning money from people. You are earning a percentage because you help them get what they want. So the more people that get what they want, you will also get what you want. And that's how multi-level marketing works. So it sounds so easy, right? So you've got a team, you've just been registered, and the first thing you want to do is like, well, I want to show my friends. And then but the thing is, your friends have known you for the last 30, 40, 50 years. They know everything about you, and you're all excited. Well, I've just seen this robot thing and it makes money when you sleep, and I'm really, really excited. You must join too. And do you know what they think? They're actually thinking, well, you've got little experience, you haven't made any money yet, so why should I join you? All right, that's the problem. But it can be turned around. This is why we work with a different strategy. Okay, it's called the Team 21 strategy, or that's what it used to be called in another company. Now we're going to call it the money working for you strategy. And Jürgen has seen this in action. Because I'm going to use Jürgen as the guinea pig here. No, I'm joking. Well, I'm just use you as an example, because here Jürgen joined a team with at least 60 years experience. Okay, we know how to build networks. We are already earning money. Okay, we've got experience, we've got credibility with other leaders around the world. And there's your friends over there, and you have already got a number. Okay, but the thing is, you are joining a team that has a goal to build deep fast. Okay, we put you in, so like for example, Jürgen registered, he didn't even want to build the business. Okay, he just wanted to invest. He thought, this is a great idea, I like the look of it, I can make some money while I'm sleeping, why not? It looks a great idea. So he registered, and we accepted his decision. We said, that's fine, no problem. But because we have a team here, we have Katis, we have Annika, and we have and me as well, we had a goal that we were building 50 deep under Jürgen. So we started putting people in. So I put a person in, Annika put a person in, Katis put a person in. But as we were doing that, we just kept sending messages to Jürgen, say one more, one more, one more, one more. One more, and within about an hour it was already 10 one mores. So the thing is, what it's like is when the team does this, it's what it does to you that changes. Okay, because what happens is your confidence level goes up, your excitement goes up, you're also starting to earn some money as well. You're starting to watch the team, so your experience is going up without you even registering anybody yet. Okay, it's a lot easier to talk to your friends when you're excited than when you're scared half to death. So what we're doing, we actually it's like lighting a fire underneath all the people that's in the team, and it's not long before everybody feels the heat. So now this is what we did, and to cut a long story short, we built 55 deep in just under 3 days underneath Jürgen. That's why we're all on this meeting now, because he's on fire. Sorry we caught you on fire, but that's what this team strategy what happens when you join a team. And I know there's a load of people here now that you're actually in Jürgen's other team, which I think is 13 deep already. And I'm thinking he's already got the idea of this, and he's starting another fire. So these fires, they catch fire all over the entire structure. So there's an example, we just start feeding people in, they come in from here, and they come in from here, here, and it's just like a snowball effect. And once you get it going, you can't stop it. You just can't stop it. It just goes crazy. Of course, you want to make money, okay? So maybe some of you do, if this is just you, and you are, maybe that's you here, and you just signed up for, I just want to treat it like a bank account. That's okay. That's great. But we will put people underneath you, and we will build down anyway. But for you to make proper money in the AI marketing structure, you need at least 3 of these teams, and they need to balance. You know, they have to sort of have the, you can read up about how to earn in the front page of the first page you log into. In the second tab down in the menu, it actually says how to earn. But all I recommend is that you know, if you want a person that's wanting to build, okay, you register yourself first, and you basically put your first 3 people in the team 1 to help the team build down, because if everybody that's building puts 3 in here first, this one moves quicker. Okay, and then the next goal is you register yourself again, which is connected to this one. You register 2 people in here, and you help get names from these people to go 5 deep, and then you repeat the process and you go 3 deep. When these are done, you can see it says 10 deep here at the bottom. When you've actually built these, you can return 80% of your time to work with the team to drive down 50 deep. When it's 50 deep, you come back to here and you drive down to 50 deep with this one, and then you can start another team, and then you drive this one down to 50 deep. Because when we are driving down 50 deep, we know not everybody's going to do it. But what we are looking for key people that, like Jürgen, like Katis, like me, like Annika, like Kerry. We found Robert now in Ireland. So we're starting to find some good leaders that want to do something. Good. Okay. So when I first started AI marketing, I actually just registered me. I didn't really even plan on building the network. So I actually just registered myself many times. I thought, well, 10 robots working while I sleep is better than just 1. So I actually just registered myself many times. And the way, if you want to create brand new accounts, or the only thing you need to do, you need to make a brand new email address. You can use your same name, you know, you don't have to be worried that you're making a duplicate account and they're going to close you down, because you're actually allowed to do this now in marketing. So you can just use your same name, just a different email address, and all you do, you take the referral link from your own account and you register yourself again, and it creates multiple robots for you. So, and then of course you just need to invest some money. We recommend to get a robot actually started to like a tipping point. You need to invest at least $125 US dollars. So that's probably about 900 crowns in Sweden, or 1,000 crowns in Sweden, or something like that. But we do have a PDF chart for you to follow. You can get it from Jürgen, or you get it from the leader who brought you in this meeting tonight. So, but I'm just going to show you what happened. So I registered Katis, and then she registered Annika. And Annika was talking to Jürgen online. They met online about another business or something. They were just talking. I don't know how they met eventually. But here's Jürgen. So we had already made the goal to go 50 deep. So Jürgen registered here. But as you see, that Jürgen has already got 3 teams now. He's going to start his 3rd team soon. So I know a lot of you that's on this meeting is actually from this team here. Okay. So if you're wondering, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see, you might be able to see your names. Okay. So there's Jürgen's 2nd account. So he registered from himself. He then put in Suzanne, and then Margarita, Eric, Cassandra, Lucas, Frederick, Annie, Eva, Katerina, and Tina, and so on. So, and there's Heidi. So Heidi, I notice you're on here today, so congratulations. I see you've actually got some downlines here. So your business is already growing, whether you like it or not. Okay. All right. So you can see that this thing starts to rocket, and of course it will rocket even more when you know, because people, when we're normally signing people into a team, we sign them in because we think it's just going to gain them something, but with this strategy, it's more like they get the sense of loss, because if they stay over here, think about it. You know, if Jürgen was over here thinking about it, he would have missed out on 55 registrations. Okay, but he didn't. He got in and we built anyway. So I registered Thomas. Thomas has now got 3 accounts. Okay, he registered I registered this lady, and that's a friend of Thomas, and she's also got a 2nd account now as well. There's Alma, that's registered by Katis. Brian is a multi-level marketing guy from New York. And then this one's from Germany or Africa, both, I can't remember which one. And then there's Peter from Sweden. Niwen Shuti's online at the moment, so welcome. Then we got Alexander. I can't remember who Alexander was registered by. And then this guy, we actually had a meeting at this point, and we were only like about 10 deep under Jürgen. And this guy here was online, but he wasn't registered yet. And I said, look, John, we get a number now, okay? Because we're building 50 deep. And he called me right away. And we went online, and what happened was he registered himself, he registered his wife, he registered his 2 sons, and his son went crazy, as you can see. But I just want you to know that there's like $400 or $500 in each one. Okay, that is a lot of volume coming up that leg underneath Jürgen. Okay, so but it didn't stop there. It carries on. There's got Nicholas, and it just goes on, and then there's another block being built out there by Kerry in the UK. And yet Kerry's actually got another team somewhere else, but we wanted to bring him in because of his leadership skills. We wanted to put him in here, and he's also got a big team growing down underneath Jürgen. He started his other teams as well. So, and it just carries on going. And also Katis and we also registered ourselves again in the closer to the bottom of the leg, so we can put in a bit more energy to light the fire even more. So because we're there, we can do it. So, and then we did. So we carried on and we kept building. And we've got Mrinal. Mrinal's from India, and he's online right now. So Mrinal registered probably less than a week ago. So if you think you're Mrinal, you know, he's got a guy from, he's living in Sweden, but he's from Kosovo. Swedish guys. Now we're back to England. This is some of Kerry's family members, his mother, and we keep going. This guy here is a businessman from America, which Katis registered, and so on. So you get the idea that, and it's not stopping. Okay, it just goes and goes and goes. So. And the beautiful thing is with these robots that you're not having to sell products or a service. It's making money from a artificial intelligence robot. So all you need to do is fund the robot. If you're wondering what the money things are, that just tells us that people have invested in those circles. And if you're thinking that, well, not many people have invested, it's only because I just started this afternoon putting the pictures in. So, you know, so it's not all updated yet. I will promise to finish it all off. So next time it will look a bit more that it's on lots of money in there. So now you get the idea of what's happening with the pipeline. I really highly recommend you get close connection with your leader. If you're in my team or Katis' team or any of the other guys, you know, just get close connection with them. If you're in Jürgen's team, you know, Jürgen's actually been working with me and Annika for about probably 2 weeks, really. It's not so long. It's 2 weeks in this beautiful relationship. So, but you're more than welcome. You know, if you're in Jürgen's team, you know, just contact me or Katis. Katis has a lot of experience as well. So if you don't want to speak English, I respect that. But Katis knows exactly what she's doing with the pipeline strategy. She's very. Actually, Katis, when she was working in the Amway organization, she was actually one of the fastest growing in Scandinavia, one of them. So she knows what she's doing, okay? So you've got plenty of good help here.